Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Central Nebraska's news source. I am Jeremy Scheip, and I am live in the KBBN studios as well as the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages with live looping radar to inform you about this severe thunderstorm warning which has been issued for a good portion of Custer County until 8:15 this evening. At 7:29, a severe thunderstorm was located near Eddyville, or 16 miles north of Lexington, moving north at a pace of 50 miles an hour. Hazards that are radar indicated include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as half-dollar-size hail. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. You can also expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Again, locations impacted with this storm and the way that it is tracking include Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna, Oconto, Buckeye, Pressey State Wildlife Management Area, Burr Oak, and Lodi. This also, for those of you that are traveling in the area that are not familiar with the layout of the area, includes Highway 2 between mile markers 269 and 285, and Highway 92 between mile markers 271 and 273. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning which has been issued for a good portion of the central part of Custer County until 8:15 p.m. this evening. Again, this storm is moving at a 50-mile-an-hour pace, and hazards include 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts as well as half-dollar-size hail. Those are all radar indicated at this point. And, of course, as we move our way further into our coverage, we will go ahead and take a look and see if there are any on-the-ground reports which are coming in from storm spotters, or if there are any on-the-ground reports coming in from the National Weather Service as well. Severe weather coverage is brought to you by Custer Public Power District, Hunter's Towing, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Fixed Ride Auto Body, Edward Jones in Broken Bow, and Ansley Lumber and Supply. We thank each and every one of them for making it possible for us to be here live in the studio, bringing you this coverage of severe weather that is impacting the area. So what we'll do is, just as I am coming into the studio and I'm getting settled in to be able to bring you a good portion of severe weather coverage this evening, we'll hear from some of those sponsors, and then when we come back, I'll catch you up on any other information I'm able to gather. Again, we're live on KBBN Radio. If you have a radio and we get to the point where you need to seek shelter, you can take us with you in your pocket as well, kbbn.com, as well as the free KBBN app. We're also video streaming with the radar to give you an indication visually of these storms as they move through the area on the Sandhills Express YouTube and Facebook pages. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break. I'll gather some more information and see what's available, then pass it to you along here in a little bit. For 24-hour towing, winch and recovery, lockouts, and more, call Hunter with Hunter's Towing. He's based in Berwyn, ready to roll out to help you out of a tough situation. Hunter wants you to remember the Move Over law in Nebraska. It is the law to move over for any emergency vehicle with their flashing lights, including tow trucks and highway workers. Slow down, move over, and help make the job of law enforcement and emergency workers safer. When you need a tow, call Hunter's Towing at 870-1983.
Hey everyone, this is Tammy at Fixed Ride Auto Body in Broken Bow. When you're taking your vehicle in for repair, go with the place that treats your vehicle like it's their own. That's Fixed Ride. From paintless dent removal and hail damage repair to deer collisions and panel replacement. Come get an estimate today. Safety and attention to detail are always our top priority. That's Fixed Ride Auto Body. We're just north of the railroad tracks on 10th Avenue in Broken Bow.
Unfortunately, that air conditioning system of yours isn't quite smart enough to tell you that it needs a tune-up. That's why Taylor Heating and Cooling's technicians are there for you. Getting a tune-up now gives you peace of mind and helps you avoid making a frantic call when your system breaks down. You can also save on energy costs and reliability and catch small issues before they become a major problem. Contact your local technicians, Taylor Heating and Cooling, at 872-6196. That's 872-6196 for Taylor Heating and Cooling.
Building something big or just tackling a do-it-yourself project, whatever your vision, they've got the supplies you need to make it happen at Ansley Lumber and Supply. From lumber to paint, tools to hardware, Ansley Lumber and Supply has it all. With top quality products at unbeatable prices. And with their friendly expert staff, you'll get the advice you need to get your job done right. Visit them today in downtown Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Open Saturday, 8 until noon.
When bad storms hit, the first thing you think about avoiding is the downed trees and debris. But Custer Public Power reminds you to keep an eye out for dangerous power lines too. If you see low-hanging or downed power lines, never assume that they don't have power to them. Assume they are energized and deadly and stay away. Keep others away too and make sure to report the location. Stay alert of dangers that can exist after the storm. This reminder from Custer Public Power in Broken Bow.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situations change? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you.
We'll create a personalized financial strategy backed by our advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track, no matter what happens. Contact us today at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Live with continuing severe weather coverage from the KCNI KBBN studios, here's Jeremy Shipe.
Well, we've been talking for the last couple of days about how these weather patterns could result in some severe thunderstorms across, much of the central part of the United States, and it's certainly happening. We've got a lot of storms happening, including this one that has brought about a severe thunderstorm warning right here in Custer County. In fact, you look at the kind of all of Nebraska, basically, stretching from Beatrice all the way up to Chadron, has got some kind of storms going on. There is a little bit of a break between Broken Bow and North Platte, but majority of that area has got some sort of storm going on. The most severe storms at this time are occurring just west of Curtis, right around Wallace, Imperial, as well as Juanita and Palisade. So if you know somebody in that area, certainly in the Wallace area, they need to be taking cover as they are under a tornado warning at this time. As those storms are moving their way towards Sutherland, Paxton, Ogallala, and North Platte. Of course, right here locally, our concern is this severe thunderstorm warning, which is taking up the central part of Custer County. This was issued at just before 7:30 this evening, and it's active on into the 8 o'clock hour, assuming there are no changes made to it. So as we take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning, areas impacted include Oconto, Callaway, Myrna, Broken Bow, and Berwyn, not too far out of the way of this storm as well. So let's give you some of the particulars on this if you're just joining our coverage. This is a storm that is now moving 60 miles an hour. Only about 5 minutes ago, it was moving at 50 miles an hour. These were storms located along a line extending from near Callaway to near Broken Bow. They're moving to the north, and they hold 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts as well as quarter-size hail now. So that is a good bit of news, as that was half-dollar size hail before. It now is quarter-size hail. This is all still radar indicated. We can expect hail damage to vehicles and wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Again, locations impacted include Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna, Oconto, Buckeye, Pressey State Wildlife Management Area, Burr Oak, as well as Lodi. And if you are traveling and you're not familiar with the area, you're on Highway 2 or Highway 92, we always like to give mile markers as well. If you're on Highway 2, this is between mile markers 269 and 285. On Highway 92, it's between mile markers 271 and 273. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. And, of course, with the threat of hail, certainly always want to encourage you to move away from windows if at all possible. This is a line of storms that, like we said, extends across much of the state. A lot of this excitement has been taking place to our south in Kansas leading up until this time. In fact, I was watching some coverage of these storms before coming into the studio with you, and around that Juanita and Palisade area down towards Benkelman, there have been some tornadoes spotted with that storm down there. As far as the storm that's moving our direction here in Custer County, had not been able to see any of the coverage with those storms. Certainly seem a lot less severe than those others down in the southwest corner of Nebraska. So that is good to know. And also the fact that this storm is moving quicker, which would mean it's going to be gone faster, and the threat of hail has gone down on that radar indication from $half to quarter size just within the last 5 to 10 minutes. But again, this severe thunderstorm warning is active for the central portion all the way down to the southern border of Custer County until well into the 8 o'clock hour. So we'll continue to keep an eye on this. Certainly don't think this will be the last severe storm that we will see this evening. That's just my guess. Everything is going pretty strongly to the north, though. I'm hoping that we can dodge those storms that seem to be headed towards North Platte, and those don't skirt off to the east into Custer County any more than they already are. Again, that's a look at what's going on right now. A severe thunderstorm warning that includes the areas of Myrna, Broken Bow, Callaway, and Oconto. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that has some pretty good amount of time on the back end of it still, so we'll continue to keep an eye on things. Haven't seen any other changes other than that 1-inch diameter hail and 60-mile-an-hour radar indication yet. They did just reiterate that a few minutes ago, that it was 60-mile-an-hour radar indicated winds and 1-inch hail with this storm. Just to kind of give you an idea of how busy things are out there in the North Platte National Weather Service area, we had this severe thunderstorm warning issued at 7:29 p.m. this evening for Custer County until 8:15. And since that point, we have had a continuing of a tornado warning elsewhere. Four more severe thunderstorm warnings issued, another tornado warning issued, and then a continuance of another severe thunderstorm warning just in that amount of time elsewhere in the North Platte National Weather Service coverage area. So lots of things are active out there. We're keeping an eye on all of them. Of course, our number one concern is this severe thunderstorm that is moving from the south up through the middle of Custer County and has brought a severe thunderstorm warning about for Oconto, Callaway, Broken Bow, and Myrna. I've seen a couple of you drop a message in the chat box here this evening. Margie saying thank you. Appreciate you dropping in and watching, Margie. Also got a comment saying, need the rain, not the destruction. Certainly agree with that. We need the rain. We need the soaking, but certainly don't need any destruction with it. So we'll hope that these storms drop a little bit of rain and hopefully don't drop too much destruction. But again, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Certainly if you're going to be commenting on the video, and I certainly hope that you are being safe first and then making those comments from somewhere where you are safe. And certainly if you end up submitting any photos of severe thunderstorm damage or any of cool looking clouds or things like that, make sure that you're doing that in a safe way. I know people always ask, do you want us to send you pictures of storm clouds and things like that? It's great. We love to share those, but our number one concern is your safety. So if you do want to submit those, info@sandhillsexpress.com is the place to do so. All right, we're going to step away for a little bit of music. I'm going to go ahead and check around a little bit for some more information. And by the time we come back, we'll be on into the... Actually, let's go ahead and take a little bit of an early news break. And then when we come back from that, I'll see if there's any new information on the severe thunderstorm warning, which has moved into Custer County. You're listening to severe weather coverage on Central Nebraska's news source from Custer Public Power District, Hunter's Towing, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Fixed Right Auto Body, Ansley Lumber and Supply, and Edward Jones in Broken Bow.
Hey, you. Listen up. Here's a quick look at news, weather, and sports on KBBN Broken Bow.
CBS News Brief. Well wishes are pouring in for former President Joe Biden. CBS's Jerika Duncan.
Former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with what is described as an aggressive form of prostate cancer. In a statement today, Mr. Biden's office says the disease has spread to his bone and that he was diagnosed on Friday.
The New Jersey transit strike is over after the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainmen approved a deal. The strike halted trains across the state for 3 days before the tentative agreement was reached. Governor Phil Murphy.
To offer the understatement of the year, this is a very good outcome.
After a deadly storm swept through parts of the Midwest and South, residents spent the weekend assessing damage. London, Kentucky was especially hard hit, and that's where CBS's Nicole Valdez reports from.
Laurel County officials say they expect FEMA here in London Monday, and the governor of Kentucky has promised the state will pay for the funerals of every victim.
CBS News Brief. I'm Matt Piper.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Early second period at Toronto. The Maple Leafs are scoreless against the Florida Panthers. This is a Game 7 to end the second round. There was a delay early second period as the referee had to be helped off the ice after taking a stick to the face. He was bleeding profusely. There was a Game 7 of the NBA playoffs to end the second round. At Oklahoma City, the Thunder eliminated Denver 125-93. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 35 points. Jalen Williams with 24. Scottie Scheffler won the PGA Championship by 5 strokes. Bryson DeChambeau tied for second place in Charlotte. NASCAR's All-Star race going on FS1. Early on, Kyle Busch has taken the lead over William Byron. To baseball, the Mets have tied it up at Yankee Stadium 2-2. Games in the bottom of the fifth. Seattle won at San Diego 6-1. The Angels completed a 3-game sweep of the Dodgers 6-4 in L.A. San Francisco 3-2 winners against the A's.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Laura Lockwood. Severe thunderstorms likely tonight, otherwise cloudy. Lows around 51. Easterly winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 73. A mix of clouds and sun. Chance for storms tomorrow night 40. High temperatures reach up to 56 Tuesday with a chance for showers 62. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times Wednesday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood.
A severe thunderstorm warning is active in our area. Now is the time to take action. A warning indicates imminent danger to life and property. Take shelter in a substantial building and stay tuned to local broadcast information regarding possible increases in storm intensity. Large hail and damaging wind is occurring or will occur shortly at the locations described inside the severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, and again, thank you, folks, for tuning in to Central Nebraska's news source. I'm Jeremy Shipe here in the KBBN studios with you, keeping an eye on this severe thunderstorm warning, which was issued just before 7:30 this evening for the central part of Custer County, extending down to the southern border. This storm was moving at 50 miles an hour, now is moving at 60 miles an hour. It was dropping half-dollar size hail. It's now dropping quarter-size hail. Again, this is all radar indicated. I did some checking. We haven't had anything confirmed on the ground when it comes to the damage that this storm is levying. So call that good, call that bad, whatever you want to call it. This is still a severe thunderstorm warning. And as you see that radar on your screen, those of you watching the video stream on Facebook and YouTube, you can see that this storm, kind of more intense part of it, is just off to the west of Broken Bow and is impacting the community of Myrna at this time and is making its way towards Anselmo. So certainly if you're on Highway 2 between Myrna and Anselmo, this storm will be impacting you very soon as far as the stronger part of the storm. But basically the majority of in fact, the entirety of our listening area is going to be feeling the effects of these storms as they move across the area. There is a severe thunderstorm warning that stretches from Gibbon up to the Ashton area. So those of you that are in the Loop City area want to keep an eye on that storm as it moves up into the area as well. As far as other watches and warnings in the area, just to the south of Stapleton and the southwest of Arnold, there is another storm that is garnering a severe thunderstorm warning over there. And also in that area, they have a tornado watch, which is active. We mentioned the tornado warning, which took place around Hayes Center and then down around Juanita Palisade. There is still a tornado warning, which is active in that area. That tornado warning is active until 8:30, so certainly not out of the woods down there in the Wallace area. Again, our severe thunderstorm warning right here in Custer County goes until 8:15 this evening. The storm is coming straight up from the south at a rate of 60 miles an hour. So it's going to be here and then exit this area pretty quickly in comparison to a storm that we had a few days ago that was just moving at 25 miles an hour. Lots of storms active with this system that is moving through the United States. This is stretching basically from Rapid City, South Dakota, all the way to the southeast to Memphis, Tennessee. So lots of storms that are moving their way through. Certainly don't think this will be the last severe thunderstorm warning that we have in the area. But the thing to remember is if we have severe thunderstorm warnings, we're going to pass you along the information right here on KBBN Radio. So we'll go ahead and take this opportunity to take another little bit of a break. And while we're taking that break, we'll seek some more information and then pass it along to you right here on KBBN. So we'll step away and we'll thank you again for tuning in to Central Nebraska's news source.
Bigger playlists, bigger music variety. The Thunderbird.
For a moment I can't wait. It's a fire.
National Weather Service in North Platte has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Custer County in central Nebraska, Blaine County in north central Nebraska, until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 8:05 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Anselmo, or 17 miles northwest of Broken Bow, moving north at 70 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Brewster, Anselmo, Dunning, Victoria Springs State Recreation Area, Milburn Diversion Dam State Wildlife Management Area, Linscott, Pleasant Hill, and Holly Flats. This includes the following highways: Highway 2 between mile markers 233 and 267. Highway 92 between mile markers 258 and 266. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Nebraska: Blaine and Custer.
Okay, so as you just heard, another severe thunderstorm warning has been issued in Custer County as well as to our north in Blaine County until 8:45. Just to hit on a couple of the main points that were made there by the emergency alert system, 60-mile-an-hour winds and back up to half-dollar-size hail indicated with this storm again. So at 8:05, a severe thunderstorm was located near Anselmo, or 17 miles northwest of Broken Bow, moving north at 70 miles an hour. Now, this is the same storm that not that long ago at the beginning of our coverage was moving at 50 miles an hour. It then stepped up to 60 and now is moving at 70 miles an hour. So it's picking up pace as it moves to the north. And this is now the only severe thunderstorm warning that we have in the Custer County area, as that severe thunderstorm warning that was active to the south, which included Myrna, Broken Bow, Berwyn, and Oconto, and Callaway as well, that has been allowed to expire a few minutes early. So this storm, as it picks up pace, outran basically the severe thunderstorm warning, which was stretching to the southern border of Custer County. So now our attention turns to the areas of Brewster, Anselmo, Dunning, Victoria Springs State Rec Area, Milburn, the Diversion Dam, as well as Linscott, Pleasant Hill, and Holly Flats. So if you are in those areas that I described, hail damage to your vehicles is expected. You can also expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building to protect yourself from these winds and this hail. Certainly away from windows would be the ideal place to be. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm that was located near Anselmo, and it was moving to the north at a pace of 70 miles an hour. It holds the hazards of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts as well as half-dollar-size hail. This all still at this time is radar indicated. Taking a quick glance at some of the other storms that are going on around the area, we still have that severe thunderstorm warning, which is south of Ashton, just to the east of Loop City, as that is a part of this huge storm system that's moving across the country. Also, those of you southwest of Arnold, as well as south of Stapleton, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning as well over in that area just to our west here in Custer County. So lots of storms going to be happening this evening, folks. Taking a look at this system, which is stretching all the way across the entirety of the United States, basically. Lots of severe thunderstorm warnings, lots of tornado warnings. The closest tornado warning is right down there near Hayes Center. So certainly if you know anybody in Hayes Center or in the communities of Wallace, as well as North Platte, this has been a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning for a very, very long time. It's an extremely violent storm that is moving in that direction. Let's take a look at hazards include a tornado and 2-inch hail. This is radar indicated rotation. So 2-inch hail, pretty massive. This storm moving slower than the storm moving through Custer County. It's just moving at 35 miles an hour. So if you know somebody in that area between Hayes Center and North Platte, you need to tell them to move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building right now. As far as our coverage here in Custer County, again, we've got that severe thunderstorm warning, which has been issued for the area you see pictured on your video live stream, which includes just north of Myrna, as well as Anselmo, Dunning, and Brewster until 8:30. The other severe thunderstorm warning, which included Broken Bow, Callaway, and Oconto, was allowed to expire just a few short minutes ago. Again, we thank our severe weather coverage sponsors. They include Custer Public Power District, Hunters Towing, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Fixed Right Auto Body, Ansley Lumber and Supply, as well as Edward Jones in Broken Bow. We'll take a break and hear from those sponsors. When we come back, I'll, of course, have more information as I try to gather more on this storm. We'll see if we have any on-the-ground confirmation of some hail or of wind speeds as well. If any of you have had this storm pass over you and are able to tell us what you experienced as it came through your area, feel free to drop a message in the chat box. Of course, we only want you to do this after the storm has passed and so that you can do it in the safest way possible.
They grow up so fast, and soon enough they're off to college. But as time goes by, the cost of tuition continues to rise. You know that college is important, but the expenses may seem out of reach. Edward Jones can help. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Tim McCaslin.
And I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Janet Lawhorn. Let's work together to help you tackle growing college expenses. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to schedule an appointment. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
As you get ready to work outdoors this spring, take time to make safety your first priority. May is Electrical Safety Month. Custer Public Power wants to remind you to be aware of overhead power lines. Never get yourself, tools, or materials closer than 10 feet from any power line. Before starting any digging projects, call 811 to have utility services located. Make electrical safety your first priority when working outdoors. Stop, think, safety first. This message from Custer Public Power District in partnership with Nebraska Public Power District, our energy supplier.
Building something big or just tackling a do-it-yourself project, whatever your vision, they've got the supplies you need to make it happen at Ansley Lumber and Supply. From lumber to paint, tools to hardware, Ansley Lumber and Supply has it all. With top quality products at unbeatable prices. And with their friendly expert staff, you'll get the advice you need to get your job done right. Visit them today in downtown Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Open Saturday, 8 until noon.
As a Daikin dealer, I have the solutions you need for total home comfort. So if you want the chill of the Rocky Mountain air in your bedroom for summer, you can. Or if you prefer the warmth of the California sun this winter, that's no problem either. And if you simply desire that just right feeling of the New England coast, well, it's home comfort you decide. Daikin Air Intelligence.
Contact Taylor Heating and Cooling in Broken Bow, 872-6196.
Storms. They're nasty, mean, and the last thing they have in mind is watching out for your vehicle. When storms scratch or dent your ride, bring it to Fixed Right Auto Body in Broken Bow. Todd and the crew want to put their experience to work for you. They're happy to give you a free estimate. Deer are on the move no matter the season. If you have a close encounter that results in damage, bring it to Fixed Right. They'll work with your insurance agency to make everything even smoother. Just north of the railroad tracks on 10th Avenue in Broken Bow. Fixed Right Auto Body.
When you're stranded on the side of the road, there's only one number you need to know. That's Hunters Towing at 870-1983. When you call at any time of day or night, Hunter and his faithful dog Scooter will be on their way. Hunter is based in Berwyn, but you'll rarely see his trucks there. You'll see them out serving the citizens of Custer County and the surrounding area. 870-1983 for Hunters Towing.
On air, online, and on the app. Severe weather coverage is on Central Nebraska's news source. Here's Jeremy Scheib.
Good evening again, everyone. Jeremy Shipe with you in the KBBN studios, also live on the the Sandhills Express Facebook and YouTube pages. Thank you for tuning in. We'll give you a rundown of all of the information I was able to gather while you were hearing a word from our severe weather sponsors. As far as the severe thunderstorm warnings in the area, we do have one new one to the west. We do have the one that is active in Custer County and southern Blaine County until 8:30 as well. I'll catch you up first on the one that is in Custer and Blaine County, and then we'll talk about that one that is affecting those of you in the Stapleton and Thedford area, as well as the stretch of highway between those two locations north of North Platte. Okay, first to talk about what updates I have on the severe thunderstorm warning in Custer and Blaine County. This is, again, active until 8:45, and this is a storm that was last moving north at 70 miles an hour. Hazards include 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and half-dollar-size hail. These threats are radar indicated still. Locations impacted include Brewster, Anselmo, Dunning, Victoria Springs, Milburn, as well as the Dam area, Linscott, Pleasant Hill, and Holly Flats. So if you are in those areas, you need to seek shelter in an interior room on the lowest floor of a building, and away from windows, obviously, with that hail threat would be ideal. Now let's take a look at that other severe thunderstorm warning, which has been issued just to the west of Custer County. This does include areas in Logan County, northeastern McPherson County, as well as Thomas County. This one is active until 9 p.m. this evening. This storm was located over Gandy near Stapleton, moving to the north at 60 miles an hour. Again, hazards with this one very similar to the storm in Custer County, 60-mile-an-hour winds with quarter-size hail, also radar indicated. Hail damage to vehicles is expected, as well as wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Stapleton, Thedford, Gandy, Logan, the Highway 83 crossing the Dismal River, and other areas, including Brown Lake. For your protection, again, in this severe thunderstorm warning area, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch, again, is active for part of that area to the south and west of Stapleton, so do keep that in mind. That tornado watch does remain in effect all the way until 9 p.m. this evening for southwestern and west central Nebraska. So again, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning, which is active for northeastern Lincoln County, Logan County, northeastern McPherson County, and Thomas County to the west of Custer County. And we also have that severe thunderstorm warning, which is active for northwestern Custer County and a small portion of Blaine County as well until 8:45. Again, haven't seen any indications on the models that I'm looking at that indicate that this is moving any quicker than the 70 miles an hour that was last reported, or that the wind gusts or half-dollar-size hail have increased in any way either, which is certainly good news to pass along. If we had any news to pass along, we would hope that it would be of those wind speeds slowing down and the hail getting smaller. But you got to kind of get glass half full at every now and then as well, and be happy that you're not passing word along that hail is getting bigger, or that the winds are getting faster either. So what we're going to do is we're just going to let things progress a little bit. I'm going to check a couple of other resources for some more information on these storms, and then we will regather and we'll talk a little bit more about them, as those severe thunderstorm warnings are going to be active here for the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. So what we're going to do is we're going to toss a little bit of music on the air, and then we'll catch up with you and see what's going on. Again, if you are in a place where you can do so safely and the storm has passed you by and you had an opportunity to see what kind of hail or rain it was dropping, drop a message in our chat box. Let us know what you're experiencing and what you did experience. Of course, only if you can do it in a safe way. All right, quick music break as promised, and then we'll be right back. area, and I always like coming back from breaks with good news. And I've got a lot of good news to pass along to you. That severe thunderstorm warning that was active in Custer County as well as Blaine County. Well, the Custer County part of that severe thunderstorm warning has expired. It's gone. So we certainly still have storms in the area, but they are not severe enough to garner a severe thunderstorm warning. That severe thunderstorm warning, which stretched from Thedford to Stapleton, north of North Platte, it has also been allowed to expire. So 2 of the severe thunderstorm warnings in our area that we were keeping a very close eye on, they have been allowed to expire. We do still have that severe thunderstorm warning, which is including the areas of Dunning and Brewster, just to the east of Halsey. That is still active, and we're certainly keeping an eye on that. As a whole, we're keeping an eye on this storm system, which let's zoom out again here, and I'll kind of describe this to you. Looks like we're going, well, still basically from Rapid City, South Dakota, Spearfish, South Dakota, all the way down past Topeka and Springfield, Missouri, all the way down to Little Rock, Arkansas. So this is a pretty major storm that's moving across the United States, and here in the central part of Nebraska, and certainly central to western Nebraska, giving us some much needed precipitation. As we have all agreed over the last couple of weeks and few months, the precipitation is what we need. The damage is not what we need. So we'll cross our fingers and hope that all of us across our area and our state are coming out of this with minimal damage, but with water-soaked ground, right? A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings still exist in the North Platte area, stretching down to just east of Imperial. As far as our immediate area, no severe thunderstorm warnings to speak of at this moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to step away and return to regular programming. And you know that we're going to continue to keep an eye on all of these storms as we move our way through the rest of the evening. If there is a severe thunderstorm warning which is issued for our area, we'll be right back out here giving you the coverage that you expect from us. Again, thank you for tuning in, and thank you again to all of the wonderful sponsors that make it possible for us to keep you informed when the weather turns severe. They include Edward Jones of Broken Bow, Ansley Lumber and Supply, Fixed Right Auto Body of Broken Bow, Taylor Heating and Cooling, Hunter's Towing, ready 24/7 for you, and our friends at Custer Public Power District. Like I said, we'll return to regular programming. We'll continue to monitor things throughout the evening, and in the morning, we'll go out and we'll get that very exciting rain gauge reading, which I'm sure will be a topic of discussion moving into the beginning of the week. Have a great night, rest of your night, everybody, and I'll talk to you again if things become severe in our area again. And as we close out our broadcast, I do see that severe thunderstorm warning, which was active in Blaine County to the north of Custer County, that has been allowed to expire as well. So as far as our listening area, we're all free of severe thunderstorm warnings at this time. Great news to end the broadcast with. Have a great night, everyone. I'll talk to you again later.
Bigger playlists, bigger music variety. The Thunderbird.